G'day, it's Josh from Boorman Lawyers. I'm just out here at Picton. The courthouse behind me across the road there is Picton Local Court. I'm just across the road enjoying a nice cup of coffee. So today I've come out to Picton because I've had a middle range drink driving offence that I have represented my client for. The matter was slightly aggravated due to the fact that this was his second offence within a 5-year period. It was actually before the court at Hornsby in 2021, 4 years ago, for exactly the same offence, a middle range drink driving offence. So clearly some lessons have not been learnt from my client, and he's back before the court system on the same alcohol related traffic offence. So in relation to this offence, the blood alcohol reading was 0.102. The facts of the matter occurred when my client had been working on a work site in Leppington. He'd finished around 4:30 p.m. He'd been going through quite an emotional period. He was going through a separation with his wife. He'd been arguing with his wife throughout the day. He does have pre-existing issues of depression, anxiety, childhood trauma, so there were some mental health challenges there. And unfortunately, over recent years, when times have gotten too hard for him from a mental health point of view, he has used alcohol as a coping mechanism. So on this day, he finished work around 4:30. He made a decision to go down to the bottle shop, pick up 7 cans of Jack Daniels, drove his car back to the industrial area in Leppington near where he'd worked, and he drank those 7 cans of alcohol in quite a quick succession in about 2.5 hours. So from about, 3.5 hours. So from about 5 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. He drank those. Around 9 p.m. he fell asleep in the car. He slept in his car for about 4.5 hours. He woke up around 1 a.m. and about 1:30 and felt a lot better and decided to drive home to where he lives in Gregory Hills. He only made it about 8 minutes down the road. He was pulled over for a random breath test by police and recorded that final blood alcohol concentration reading of 0.102. Nothing aggravated about the offence in itself. It was very early hours in the morning. There was no other traffic around. He was the sole occupant of the vehicle. He'd driven a short distance. It was an RBT, it wasn't his manner of driving, which brought him to the attention of police. He cooperated with police and he has entered an early plea guilty. He's shown genuine remorse through that early plea guilty and through his letter of apology to the court. Now, our client's 35 years of age. He's now separated from his wife. He's got 2 young boys, aged 6 and 11. He's self-employed. He installs garages and gates, and he obviously needs to drive in order to operate his business. Since being off the road in early March 2025, he has had to go and employ a person in his business simply to get him around and drive for him. That's obviously affected his take-home salary at the end of the week, but it was either that or completely wrap up the business, which would leave him unemployed. So it was a big step that he had to take. He went into the traffic offenders program, so he learned a lot about that. But to his credit, the big critical steps that he did take was he went along to his doctor, he got a referral to a psychologist. He is being treated for mental health issues, depression, anxiety, childhood trauma, and alcohol dependency. He's also started Alcoholics Anonymous, so he's also on antidepressant medication now and medication to help with his abstinence from alcohol. So really he's done all he can do to address his underlying mental health and alcohol dependency issues. Obviously his traffic record doesn't assist. He's got that prior one 4 years ago, but naturally it was categorised as a second offence. Today we were seeking some reduction of the disqualification period His Honour noted that he had done everything he could to address his issues and gave him the minimum period of disqualification of 6 months for a second offence of mid-range PCA. He gave him a $1,200 fine, and he does have to commit to doing a 24-month interlock when he gets his licence back. The period of disqualification already served was taken into account off the 6-month period, so he's got about 3.5 months left to serve before he can apply for the interlock licence. Being a second offence, there was certainly a risk that he could have been put on a community corrections order or issued some hours of community service, but we were able to persuade the magistrate not to go down that route and leave the penalties simply as disqualification, fine, conviction and interlock order, and we're even able to get those penalties heavily reduced down to the minimum period. So thanks for tuning in here today. It's quite cool out at Picton. It's a lovely little country town on the outskirts of Sydney, and we do appear out here all the time. So if you've got a matter out at Picton, please feel free to reach out and have a chat to us about how we could possibly help you with your traffic matter. Thanks for tuning in. I want to thank you for tuning into Boorman Lawyers today. You can catch us at any of the usual social media platforms. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you've got any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to contact us on 1300 941 900. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this video today. I really hope it was informative and helpful for you. There's another couple of videos below that you might want to check out that may be very useful for the process that you might be going through at the moment. Please feel free to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we've always got fresh new content coming through all the time.